Along the northern branch of the Jeker River, on Steenenbrug, lies the Bishopsmolen, Bishop's Mill. This centuries-old watermill is still operational. Every day grain is milled for the beer of Hulpener Brewery, and bread is baked in its own bakery. From the 12th century onward, mills were part of the townscape. Basically, wherever there was running water, a watermill could be built. In Maastricht, this was possible on the River Maas, as well as its tributary, the Jeker River. Wind was the other power source mills operated on. Mills were used in food production and the industry. They were deployed on a large scale for the paper industry, the felting of wool, the crushing of oilseed, or for the milling of flour. The Bishopsmolen is an example of this. From the back of the mill, you can see the mill in operation. The year 1609 is engraved on the windows above the water wheel. The back of the building dates from that year. During the 17th century, the Bishopsmolen was owned by the local guild. The decorations on the 18th century facade remind us of this owner. Inside a medallion, the Brewers' Guild's coat of arms is depicted. 2 mash staffs and an upturned basket. The mash staffs were used to stir the beer mash made of malt and hot water. The basket was used for sieving the mash. All brewers were obliged to have the malt milled in one of the Brewers' Guild's mills. The Bishopsmolen owes its name to a former owner. Since the 11th century, the mill had been in the possession of the chapter of Our Lady, which belonged to the Prince Bishop of Liège. It was the Banmolen for the Liège people in Maastricht, which means that the Liège farmers were obliged to have their grain milled in this mill. In 1442, the mill was sold to the Brewers' Guild. On November 10, 1795, the French occupier closed down the guilds, and the Bishopsmolen was sold. In the 19th century, the mill was equipped as a hulling mill. Hulling barley requires a lot of power. Often the northern branch of the Jeker River did not provide enough power to operate the mill. For this reason, a steam engine was deployed in 1847. In 1920, the city of Maastricht bought the mill. 4 years later, the water wheel was renewed. Of this water wheel, 2 pairs of millstones have survived. The front pair still operates on water power. In 2004, the mill was completely restored, and since then, it has been performing its centuries-old duty, milling grain for brewers.